Sometimes in tennis, you don't lose a match in one moment. You slowly watch it slip away, point by point, until the scoreboard tells a story you never expected. That was what unfolded on center court in GuangZhou when Alex Ayala faced Claire Liu in the round of 32. The final score, 2-6, 6-4, 6-4, said it all, yet revealed so little in the beginning. It looked routine, even inevitable. Ayala's dominance was absolute. Her first set, 6-2, wasn't just a lead, it was a statement. She dictated the rhythm, owned the baseline, and displayed the kind of clean, aggressive tennis that convinces everyone watching that the match is already decided. Ranked world number 53, her highest career position, Ayala came in as the tournament's fourth seed, a player in full bloom after months of consistent results through 2025. With such progress came expectation, the quiet burden of being the favorite. Claire Liu, on the other side of the net, seemed outmatched. Ranked 305 in the world, she looked like a player simply trying to survive Ayala's left-handed onslaught. Ayala's precision, honed at the Rafa Nadal Academy, was working beautifully. Her forehand patterns carved open the court, her serve pinned Liu behind the baseline, and her timing was flawless. Even when she was broken early, she shrugged it off and won the last 4 games of the first set with authority. Everything about her game felt under control. Then, without warning, the tone of the match began to shift. Not suddenly, but gradually, like a tide turning under calm water. It was 4-2 in the second set. Ayala was serving, one hold away from a 5-2 lead, seemingly just minutes from closing the match in straight sets. But this is where tennis reveals its cruel nature. It is a game of momentum and adaptation, where small changes can unravel entire strategies. Liu began to make those small, intelligent adjustments. She started looping the ball higher, changing the height and rhythm of exchanges, forcing Ayala to hit out of her ideal strike zone. She returned deeper, taking time away from Ayala's setups and pushing her farther behind the baseline. These subtle tactical tweaks disrupted Ayala's rhythm completely. The rallies grew longer. Liu's consistency and rally tolerance started to take control. She stopped trying to match Ayala's power and instead made the rallies uncomfortable, physical, and unpredictable. One by one, Ayala's attacking patterns broke down under the pressure. The scoreboard crept from 4-2 to 4-4. Then Liu, now brimming with confidence, held serve and broke again. 6-4. Set over. Suddenly, the match was even, and the confidence Ayala had worn so easily now looked fragile. Momentum had not just shifted, it had crossed the net entirely. The final set began with flashes of the player Ayala had been early on. She went up 3-1, seeming ready to regain control. The door was open again. All she needed was to hold her nerve. But Liu was far from done. A former world number 52 and junior world number 1, she had experience in turning adversity into opportunity. She steadied herself, broke back, and leveled at 3-all. Each game from then on became a test of nerve. Ayala went up 4-3, holding a slim lifeline. But Liu, showing incredible poise, matched her every step. The rallies grew longer, heavier, and more tactical. Both players were fighting not just their opponent, but their own minds, fatigue, frustration, and the haunting awareness of what was at stake. T4-all, everything hung in the balance. The 9th game would define the match. Liu, staying patient and disciplined, earned her 6th break of the day. The break didn't come from Ayala's collapse, but from Liu's courage, her willingness to stay in points, to defend, to turn defense into offense. That single break was enough. Serving for the match, Liu showed none of the tension you'd expect from an underdog on the brink of a major upset. She served cleanly, executed her patterns perfectly, and closed the match 6-4 in the third. After 2 hours and 28 minutes, the comeback was complete. What began as Ayala's statement of dominance ended as Liu's masterpiece in mental strength and tactical clarity. It wasn't supposed to end like this. Not for Ayala, who had entered the event with rising momentum and a chance to build on a season of steady breakthroughs. For months, Ayala's progress through 2025 had symbolized her transition from rising prospect to established professional. GuangZhou was meant to be another step forward, a place to gather ranking points, prove consistency, and keep climbing toward the top tier of women's tennis. The early signs had all pointed that way. Controlled aggression, precision patterns, the composure of a player ready for the next level. But this loss reminded everyone of tennis's unforgiving nature. It doesn't reward potential or past form, only execution in the moment. Lu's performance was a masterclass in adaptation. She didn't overpower Ayala. She outthought her, forcing her to play on uncomfortable terms. Her shot variety, patience, and defensive tenacity built the foundation for her comeback. Ayala, by contrast, will look back at the match as one that got away. She led in both the second and third sets, and yet couldn't convert control into closure. The match became a test of psychological endurance as much as technical skill, and in that battle, Lu held firm. For the Filipino star, the result will sting, but it's also part of the journey of becoming a top-tier player. Every breakthrough season carries matches like this, where lessons arrive disguised as heartbreak. She has already written history this year, becoming the first Filipino to reach the second week of the U.S. Open and breaking into the top 60 in the world. Her progress remains undeniable. Still, in GuangZhou, the story was about resilience. Claire Lu's quiet, methodical belief that no match is over until the final ball. The kind of belief that turns a 2-6, 2-4 deficit into a 2-6, 6-4, 6-4 triumph that, in the end, tennis revealed its truth again. Momentum is fragile, control is fleeting, and sometimes you don't lose. You just watch the match slip away, 1 point at a time, until it belongs to someone else.